I think I'd like to say a big thank you to my ministry's social committee. It was just early last week that we floated the idea that why don't we do something nice for our senior citizens, and it's not only for Mother's Day. I think what we need to do is to keep the tradition alive and make sure that the team from Ministry of Health continues to visit and see that we do whatever is within our personal capacities to make the lives of our mothers here and grandmothers here more comforting and fulfilling. And I started off the Mother's Day celebration last Sunday with the Brahma Kumari mission, and deeply touched by their celebrations. And I did remind them that Mother's Day should not be only celebrated on Mother's Day, that is a particular date set in the year, and that's probably next week Sunday. But we need to respect our mothers, our grandmothers every day. Okay? So these are simple values that we need to inculcate in our lives and in the lives of our children, in our families. And I also did mention that mothers should never be taken for granted. Many a times we take our mothers for granted. Our children take us for granted. Okay? So I think if we can impart that message in our society, that will help us go a long way in ensuring that those very basic values that are associated in caring for our mothers, in respecting our mothers, and not only mothers, I mean like our fathers as well. I mean, if we just reflect back in our own lives, I'm sure you have mothers, some of you may have lost your mothers, you still have your mothers alive. So the emotions that is attached with mothers, I mean, it's a very strong emotion, and we only need to understand that emotion when we ask somebody who has lost a mother that they cared for. Okay. Unfortunately, if you look around, we have close to 33 mothers who have been deserted by their families for a long, long time. No matter what the situation, no matter what the circumstance, I think there's no reason, there's no excuse ever for anybody to abandon their parents, especially mothers. And we all know, our scriptures teach us, all our religious moral values teaches us that mothers hold so much importance in our lives. They bring us into this world, they look after us, they sacrifice their whole life to bring us up. And what do? So here we have 33 mothers, and then we have 2 more state-owned residential homes, that's in Lautoka and one in Lambasa, where you will see that numbers are increasing. I believe numbers are increasing. In my previous role, we tried to see how best we can get children to come back and take the dear mothers back home. We managed to make a breakthrough there, and I'm sure the ministry is trying to still pursue that agenda where we can sort of appeal to the emotions and the reasonings of those families out. I know families know their mothers are here. They know it. So they're probably trying to deny that, but at the end of the day, what goes around comes around. Huh? That's what we need to believe in. We will grow old one day, we will age, we will become sickly, but we need to put a stop to this. We cannot have our residential homes flooded with mothers and fathers who have families out there. And I believe that's the right thing to do. So simply what we are trying to do is trying to appeal to those families out there, appeal to the reasonings, appeal to the emotions. Please, do the right thing. I know, we may be knocking on the wrong doors, but we have to keep on knocking. And if we don't want to create a society where families see it fit to push their senior citizens into homes, then we're going to have a big social problem. We will definitely. And like Diliti said, we need to work together. Ministry of Health, Ministry of Women, I think all government ministries need to work together to ensure that wherever we go out, whichever communities we reach out to, the message must be consistent. Okay? Our senior citizens deserve to be loved, respected, and cared for within their own homes. Unfortunately, and very sadly for those who have abandoned their mothers and fathers for a reason, I think they are at the losing end. I mean, look around. You really would want to care and cherish these citizens in their final days of life. So it's really sad. And on this note, I'd also like to appeal to all our faith-based organizations, especially when they preach from the pulpits. This should also come up. And it should not only be words, we need to follow it through. We need to follow it through. And we did make it very hard for families to have access to these residential homes. We tried to make it hard, but we don't want families to push their seniors on the streets because the homes will not take it. So this is a home. The grant is provided by the government to the Ministry of Women. We have a lot of NGOs coming. We have a lot of partners coming to assist that. But again, this is not the society that we want. This is not the society that we want for the future. This is something that we definitely should not want our children to learn from. That this is the easy way out. Okay? And basically, I have a lot of attachment to this home because I worked here for the last 2 years and I'm familiar with all the faces here. And it's always satisfying to come and talk to them. Unfortunately, we don't find much time, so we use Mother's Day to come. But appeal would be, especially for my staff who has organized this, we are so near to the home, and if we can regularly come and visit and do our share of whatever we can do for them, cook for them, clean their house, just sit and talk to them. I think loneliness is one thing that age brings to us. So when you become old, the youngsters are so engrossed in their own life, and you are just left alone. And I think I don't want to make people cry because tears speak a lot. It's supposed to be a happy occasion, and I commend the staff for looking after these people. And I think that should be one fulfilling and blessing experience. So to the caretakers, thank you very much. Diliti, I know you look after the homes. Thank you very much for the work that you do. And to my staff, thank you very much for just playing your part today. And this should not be the first and the last one from the Ministry of Health towards the state homes. And I would also like to see that this is done by our other division staff too. So on that note, thank you very much, and let's hope that this Mother's Day is a fulfilling one and a blessing one, and an eye-opener to all those out there who think it is just right to, I would use the word dumb, I mean, let's be frank about it, those out there who think it is right to dumb. It's not right, wrong. It's wrong if you think you can just push your seniors, but we will look after them with open arms. This is a caring government, and we will look after our seniors in the home with a warm and a caring heart. Okay? So, thank you very much, and happy Mother's Day to all our mothers here. Thank you.
Embula sama-sama. Embula rai binaka. Dapat bina kina wikamenina turang bale, maramang bale. Para kinandai liu na maramay pura-pura. Ay kabila na nakamay ko. Dapat kina wala kalo. Soliet to ng bula, soliet na binaka, soliet na makasama. Iyan na baka sa mga may wala kalo. And the may sa tapat na kineke. Kasi nga nila nagkalintamata. Akla na nga nakalo. Dapat binakina wala kalo. Na rey may bikimini na maramang latiurangan na maramang. The mind of what I kill and I kill Malumanga. Kaya no voice and color. The to be out, go out, take the window. Can let the was Taluana color. And then the Shaga Nilla water in Jonaka. It is like the was done my one color. The two Vatican color, the one water, the fish water. And then gailawatan ng bula sa marang tarik ka na kalo. And anong bula diyo na bulaga, pagawas yung nga may lumala.